Hey everyone. So this video is going to be entitled, Why Am I So Passionate? Why am I so passionate about mental health awareness and suicide prevention awareness? Well, if you saw my video entitled Telling My Story Part 2, you can hear more about my personal story. I have a personal story about suicide. I have a suicide experience that God brought me out of, and I'm very thankful and grateful for that. But as I healed, I realized that um, it's important to talk about it. Yeah, it may be embarrassing, it may be something you'd rather not talk about, but the reason why people are dying, one of the main reasons why people are dying from suicide is because they are ashamed to talk about it. And so when you survive, talking about it takes the shame out of it. And it's shame that prevents people from getting the help they need. And then they end up ending their own lives and just devastating their families. Families are devastated by um, by suicide. They never get over it. Um, and so again, talking about it takes the shame out of it. So I decided I'm gonna talk about it. Um, and I'm just fortunate enough to have survived. Everybody doesn't. So I talk about it. I started getting involved. Speaking of that, September, this is almost into September, but September is Suicide Awareness Month. But we celebrate it in October. Usually in Dayton, Ohio, there's a walk at Oakwood High School the last Sunday of every October. But because of COVID, they're having it, I believe, October 7th at UD Arena. They'll have tables, educating people about it. There are beads that we wear that represent different people, and you can donate to help continue the work of teaching people about suicide, why people do it, what causes it. And I'm going to tell you the main cause of it is depression. And so I'm going to do a video explaining the symptoms of depression, because usually depression is the reason why people commit suicide. They don't know what it is that they're feeling. All they know is they feel like crap. And they just want to end that miserable feeling. They don't necessarily want to die. They just want to stop feeling like crap. My definition, this is how I describe how clinical depression feels. Imagine you're at a park with all your family and friends. Well, I'll say family, all your family, even the ones you haven't seen in a while. And you're just enjoying yourself, spending time with your family, y'all having a blast, especially because there's family members you haven't seen, and everybody's getting along, and it's just a wonderful day. And then just all of a sudden, your whole entire family just drops dead. But you didn't. You're alive. And you just watched your whole family drop dead. That's how clinical depression feels. Nobody wants to feel that. Most people would rather be dead than to feel that. So that's why people commit suicide. They don't know that they're depressed. They haven't been diagnosed. They don't know that that's a symptom of depression. When I learned that I was depressed, that was like one of the best days of my life. I'm like, oh, that's why I feel like that. And when I started taking antidepressants, it helped me not feel that way. And I didn't need to drink anymore. That's why I was an alcoholic. I was self-medicating. And and again, I thank God for that. He led me to all the help that I got. He kept me from actually dying from my attempt and then led me through all the help. I got so much help from so many resources um, that he provided for me. And I thank him, and he is an awesome God. Um, but yeah, it's serious. It's like it's the third cause. I don't have any statistics with me, but it's like the third cause of death between a certain age group. I think maybe around 20 to 30 or something like that. The third cause of death, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's pretty serious. And then when I bring it up and people say, "Oh, that's what you want to talk about?" Yeah. It's just another one of those touchy subjects that I like to talk about that people don't like to hear about. But not hearing about it doesn't make it go away. People are just continue to die. I believe that's one of the main causes of any drug use. Most people who are addicts, like I was, it's because they're depressed. They don't want to feel depressed anymore. And they don't know that they're depressed. Clinical depressed, not just, my dog died depressed, which is very sad as well. But clinical depression is a whole different animal. So, yeah, that's why I'm so compassionate, because people are actually dying. And there's not enough awareness about it. And it's important to me to make people aware of the symptoms and why people are dying. But there's a God that can help us get our mind back. There's a lot of talk about how God kept me from losing my mind. I believe there's a gospel song. But there is in my life, and there's a scripture. Oh, I should have brought that scripture. I can paraphrase it. There was this guy who had lost his mind who lived in a cemetery. This is in the Bible. And he lived in a cemetery naked, scratching himself with rocks and stuff. He just had lost his mind. The Satan had made him lost his mind. And Jesus came and told Satan to get out of him. And he right away was back to his right mind. So not only can God keep you from losing your mind, he can bring your mind back. And that's what he did for me. And I'm so grateful. And God is not a respecter of persons, meaning if he can do it for one person, he can do it for another. He doesn't give people special treatment. If he do that for me or for you, he'll do that for you or them. So God is a healer. He is a healer. He is the most awesome God. He's the only God, but he's an awesome God. That's why I love my saying. I love the saying that I believe he gave me, is that love is God. It's not just who he is. Well, I'm sorry. It's not just what he does. It's who he is. Okay, until next time.